Hi everyone. Kahapon, nagkaroon kayo ng lecture regarding the measures of central tendency of a group data. So this time, let me discuss to you about this topic. No? So ito yung mga learning competencies natin that you are to determine the measures of central tendency of a group data. Pangalawa, the learners draw conclusions from the statistical data using the measures of central tendency. And expecting na na-check nyo na rin yung chart activity niyo kahapon. And to review, ito yung mga answers natin. Again, ang sabi ko is you are to identify whether the following data is quantitative or qualitative. So I guess napag-aralan nyo na to during your grade 7 mathematics. So let's have the number one. Number one is general average. So we classify this as quantitative, civil status, qualitative, annual income, and that is a quantitative, years in school, yeah, that's quantitative, educational attainment, and that is also qualitative. No? So number six, skin color, so that's qualitative, age, quantitative, number eight, number of children, quantitative, number nine, weight, quantitative, and number 10, social class, qualitative. So based on your answers na po. So again, what do you mean by quantitative data and what do you mean by qualitative data? Okay, so pag coming from the word itself, quantitative, quantify. So ibig sabihin, we can quantify, we can count, no? Or it represent a number, a value, no? Nabibilang siya, no? So halimbawa, the number one, or let's say the number 7 na lang, age. So pag tinanong kayo, ilang taong ka na? So you count you give your age number, no? Diba? Let's say for example, ako, ilang taon na ba ako? I'm just 20. No? So that 20 years old represent the number. So we say this is a quantitative data. Like, how about the qualitative data naman? Ito naman yung mga klase ng data like the skin color, no? So, skin color, wala ka namang may bibigay na value dyan. Quantifiable ba siya? Nabibilang ba siya? Hindi. So, only the qualities, no? Coming from the word itself, qualitative data, qualities ang binibigay natin. Like the social class, no? So, number of children, syempre nabibilang yan. So, we say quantitative data. Okay? So, now, question, I hope malino sa inyo yan. So let's have now the unlocking of content for the vocabulary. Okay, ano nga ba ang measures of central tendency? So based on the definition, let me read it. Are single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the central position within the set of data. As such, measures of central tendency are sometimes called measures of central location. So, syempre, Tagalogin natin para mas maintindihan ninyo. So, pag sinabi nating measures of central tendency, isa itong value, no? So, bibigyan kita, or let's say, marami tayong data, no? Maraming set of values tayo. So, kung kukunin natin yung central possession ng data na yon, yung specific value na yon, ang tawag natin doon ay measures of central tendency. Coming from the word itself, central tendency. Now, ano ba yung mga halimbawa ng mga measures of central tendency? Mayroon tayong tatlong klase. Number one, the mean. Pangalawa, the median. Pangatlo, we have the mode. Ulitin ko, we have the mean, the median, and the mode. So, pag sinabi nating mean, this is the sum of the data values divided by the number of values. This is also referred to as the arithmetic mean. The mean is the balance point of a distribution. Actually, pag sinabi nating mean, ang common term natin dito or mas kilala natin to sa salitang average. Paano ba natin kinukuha yung average? So, ang ginagawa natin ay ina-add natin lahat ng values. Let's say, for example, let's get the value or let's get the mean of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we add 1 plus 2 plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. And then we divide it by 5. That's how we get the mean. So, mamaya, bibigyan ko kayo ng mas detalyadong example in getting the mean. Next, the median. So, pag sinabi natin median, this is the number that falls in the middle position once the data has been organized from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Ibig sabihin, kapag in-arrange natin yung data values, okay, pwede natin itong arrange from smallest papuntang large number, or we can start from large number going to the small number. At kukunin natin yung gitnang numero nun. So, ang makukuha natin gitnang numero nun, yun ay tinatawag nating median. Next naman, mode. So, pag sinabi nating mode, it is the value that appears most frequently in the set of data coming from the word itself. Or ano ba yung pinaka-keyword natin pag sinabing mode? Most frequently. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung madalas na paulit-ulit or twice, thrice, or maraming beses na nakita natin na lumabas doon sa data. No? So, halimbawa, ang grades ni Juan ay 70, huwag naman 70, masyado mababa. Simulan natin sa let's say 80. Tapos naging 83, 84, 80, 81, 80, 87, 90. Okay, so alin dun ang mga numbers na ilang beses na nagbanggit? Okay, so we have 80. 80 is the mode naman. Okay, balikan ko pala si median. No? So si median, let's say for example, we have data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So naka-arrange naman sila. So ang gitnang numero between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 3. That is now your median. Okay, next. So let's start with the first kind of central tendency, and that is the mean. So mayroon tayong formula for that. By the way, we denote mean or average by x bar. No? So itong x bar na to, pag nakita nyo yan, x bar sa taas, no? Pag nakita nyo yan, it means or it signify mean or average. No? How do we get the average? This is the formula. No? This symbol, tawag natin dito ay sigma. Again, ang tawag natin sa symbol na to ay sigma. So kapag nakita yung sigma na yan, ibig sabihin, isa-sum up mo lahat ng mga values or kukunin mo yung summation or ibig sabihin, lahat ng values na makikita mo sa data set, i-add lang natin lahat yun. I-divide natin siya by n, which represent the number of values. Kung, okay, ulitin ko ha. Halimbawa, lahat ng grades mo in your first quarter, no? I-add mo lahat ng mga grades mo na yon, i-divide mo siya by 8. Bakit 8? Kasi we have 8 subjects or we have 8 data values. At ang makukuha nating average doon, that will serve as your answer for the mean. Okay? So that's how you get the mean. No? Next naman, how do we get the median? So gaya ng sabi ko sa inyo, i-arrange nyo lang yung data set natin, no? Yung mga values from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Then kapag binilang natin at nakuha natin yung pinakagitna numero or gitnang value, that is now your median. What if your set of values or data set is even number? So, in-arrange mo na siya from smallest to largest. Tapos, pagkabilang mo, dalawa sila. Dalawang numero ang nasa gitna. Paano mo ngayon kukunin yung median nun? Simple lang. So, ang gagawin mo, kukunin mo yung dalawang numero nasa sa gitna, i-divide mo siya by 2. At kung ano yung sagot doon, yan ang tinatawag natin or yun ang gagawin nating median. For the mode naman, ito yung pinakamadali sa pagkuha ng central tendency mode. Kasi just merely scanning the dataset, kung alin doon ang paulit-ulit na lumabas, twice, thrice, no? Yun ang kukunin nating mode na. Okay. Para mas malinaw sa inyo, let's have these examples. Okay? Now, the example number 1. The shoe sizes of the members of the basketball team Dilo Lakers are 7, 9, 11, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 8. Now, let's compute for the measures of central tendencies. So, ano among the central tendencies, ano yung pinakamadali natin kunin? Or pinakamadaling makuha? Okay. Between those trees, no? Among those trees, I mean, the mean, median, and the mode. Mode ang pinakamadaling hanapin. Bakit? Kung sino lang ang madalas na nakikita nating or may mas maraming appearance among the set of values, yun ang kukunin natin or siya magsaserve as the mode. So we have 7, 9, 8, 7, 9, 11, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8 again. So, alin dyan ang mode? Okay. Our mode is 8. Now, okay. So, dun naman tayo sa mean. Okay? So, sa mean, x bar. So, ang gagawin natin is, i-add up lang natin lahat ng mga values. Is there a need for arranging the values pa ba? Kahit hindi na. Okay? Proceed na tayo sa pag-add ng mga numbers or values. So, we have 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 8. Okay. And the total is 93. Okay. So, ang total natin is 93. So, yung 93 na yon, i-divide natin by, ilan pa sila lahat? 1, 2, okay, bilangin natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? So we have 11. Ulitin ko. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yung 11, 93 natin, i-divide natin by 11. So, 93 plus 11, 93 divided by 11, we have 93 divided by 11. So the average is 8.45. Okay, so the average is 8.45. Ito na ngayon yung mean natin. Okay, so that is our mean. How about sa median? So for the median naman, we have 7, 9, 11, 8, 8, 8. So arrange muna natin. So ano ba gusto nyo? So okay, para may ano tayo or pare-parehas tayo ng gagawin, let's say ano na lang, we have this arrangement from lowest to highest. Okay? So ang lowest number natin dyan is 7, followed by another 7, followed by ilang 8s yan? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, 1, 2, okay. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yan. And then after 8, we have dalawang 9s. No? 1 and 2. Okay? And lastly, we have, hindi pa pala last, may isa pa. We have 10 and last is 11. Okay. So, yan. Na-arrange na natin after arranging. Bibilangin natin sila ulit, no? So, we have a total of ilang values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11. So ang gitna ng 11 is, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So may 5 ako dito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ang gitna natin, okay, is 8. So that is now our median. Ulitin ko 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ang gitnang value natin is 8. And that is now our median. Okay? So ito yung pinaka-median natin. Okay? So again, ang average natin is 8.45. Paano natin nakuha yung 8.45? We add up all the values. Adding it up, meron tayong 93. And then, i-divide natin ito by 11. So, kung ilang set of values meron sila dyan? 11. So, 93 divided by 11, you have 8.45. So, sa mode naman, okay, yung mode naman natin, obviously, we have 8. Okay, for the mode, we have 8. Okay. Yan. So, for the median, we have 8 as well. No? So, paano nakuha si mode? Kung sino ang may pinakamaraming appearance. Okay? So, siya ang magiging mode natin. Sino naman yung median? After arranging the values from smallest to highest or smallest to largest, tapos kukunin natin yung pinakagitna, then that is now, kung ano yung magiging gitnang numero, that will be now, or that will serve as your median. Okay? Question? Okay. So, example number 2. This time, so teacher Abigail recorded the number of spelling errors made by her 8 students during the test. So we have 6, 5, 4, 6, 2, 0, 5, and 1. Let's compute for the measures of central tendencies. So let's start with the mean. Okay? So ang mean natin, again, in no need of arranging the set of values, no? So, tulungan niya ako, sabay-sabay tayo, i-add na lang natin to since maliit lang naman yung mga numbers. So, we have 6 plus 5, 11, plus 4 is, 15, correct? Plus 6, 21, plus 2, 23, plus 0 is 23 again, plus 5 is 28, and then plus 1, 29. So, we have a total of, or we have a summation of 29. So, sulit natin dito, 29. So, 29 divided by, ilang estudyante nga ulit sila lahat? Okay. So, we have 8 students. No? So, 29 divided by 8, we have, okay, we have 3.625. So, 3.625. Okay. 3.625. So, kung i-round off natin to the nearest hundreds, no? So, ang hundreds natin ay 2. So, katabi ng 2 ay 5. So, this will become 3.63. Bakit naging 3.63? So, ang rulings natin in rounding off ay kung ano yung katabing next number niya, if that is more than 5, we add doon sa digit na pinaparound off na place value sa atin. So in this case, ulitin ko, let's round this off to the nearest hundreds. So ang hundreds natin ay 2, katabi ng 2 ay 5. So yung 2, dadagdagan na natin ng isa, magiging 3 na siya. So ang final answer natin ay 3.63. Next, for the median naman. By the way, kung si mean ay x bar, no? X bar ang denotion natin na symbol na ginagamit. Kay median naman, para siyang bulate on top, no? Yan, pag ganyan. Ay, ulitin ko nga. Bura-bura. Eraser. Burahin natin. Okay. So again, ang symbol na ginagamit natin for the median ay X pa rin, pero mayroon siyang wave na paganyan sa taas. Na? So, si mean, X bar, diretso. Si median naman, wave lang siya. Para siyang bulating paganyan. Okay? May pagbulati siya paganyan. Okay. So, for the mean dyan, no? So, again, 8 lang yan. So, let's have the smallest number or smallest value. We have 0, sinundan ng 1, sinundan ng 2. Okay, 1, 0, 1, 2, and then we have 4. Okay, 4, and then next is, oh, ilan ba yung 4? Isa lang. So, yung 5 natin, dalawa. So, isa. Tapos, another 5 again, no? Ang hirap magsulat dito sa, ano lang. Next, we have, after 5, we have dalawang 6 din. Okay? Dalawang 6 din tayo. Isa, and then, dalawa. So, in this case, bilangin natin yung mga set of values natin. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima, anim, pito, ay, sandali. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, in this case, ano ba yung pinakagitnang value ng 8? So, we have 8 divided by 2 is 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos, 1, 2, 3, and 4. No? So, nako, dalawa yung gitnang number natin. Kasi yung set of values natin ay even number. Ano nga ulit ang even number? Okay, we have 8. No? Here, 8 ang students natin and 8 is an even number. Ulitin ko, ano nga ulit ang ibig sabihin ng even number? Okay, so pag sinabi nating even number, ito yung mga numbers na divisible sa 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Lahat ng mga yon, tawag natin doon ay even. So kapag ano naman yung tawag din sa mga numbers na hindi divisible by 2, or ito yung mga numbers na in-skip natin kanina. Those are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So lahat ng mga numbers na yon, not divisible by 2 or skipped from the even numbers na binigay natin kanina. Tawag natin doon ay odd numbers. No? So, in this case, it's even number yung 8 natin. Dalawa ang nasa gitnang numero natin. Okay? Dalawa sila. Ito yun. 4 and 5. Okay? Kasi mayroon akong tatlo dito, mayroon din akong tatlo dyan. So, ang gitna natin ay dalawa. So, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kapag dalawa yung number natin na nasa gitna and getting the median, i-add lang natin yan. So, 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9. And then divide this by 2. The answer is 2.5. I'm sorry. Ulitin ko lang to. Si 2. Okay, so 4 plus 5 is 9. Divide by 2 is 4.5. Okay, so ang median natin ay 4.5. Okay, so we have now the median. For the mode naman, okay, for the mode, so ang symbol na gagamitin natin para siyang payong na ganyan. Okay, so again, sa average natin or the mean is X bar. For the median ay X ulit pero mayroon siyang parang bulate sa taas. For the mode naman, X pa rin siya pero mayroon siyang parang payong na ganyan. So that is the symbol we use for the mode naman. So in this case, ano yung mode natin? So ang mga numerong naulit dito ay yung 5, tapos 5. Kaso yung 6 din, na doble din siya. Okay? So parehas sila ng bilang ng appearance. So kapag parehas ang bilang ng appearance ng 5 and 6, ilalagay natin sila as the mode. Okay, 5 and okay, 6. Okay. Sila ngayon ang mode natin. So kapag ang mode natin ay dalawa, pwede yon. Ang tawag natin dito ay bimodal. Okay? So ulitin ko, bimodal. Okay, o yan yung spelling natin. Bimodal. Okay. A. Tapos L. Okay, babasahin nyo na lang. So we call that bimodal. So coming from the word itself, bi, ibig sabihin dalawa. So kapag isa lang ang mode natin, mas madali, no? Kasi siya lang yung may isang single or maraming appearance. No? Pero kapag yung number natin ay pareha sila ng bilang ng appearance at dalawa silang numero, ilalagay mo sila as the mode. At ang tawag natin doon sa klase ng dalawang mode na yon ay bimodal. Okay? Question? I hope malinaw yan. Oops. Balik natin.